I got asked by someone very recently, they heard I was a psychologist, and they said, oh, do you think, people that come to see you for therapy, do you think they're faking it? And I was shocked by that, because I thought, why would someone, come to you in a room and show, really intense emotional distress? What would they be getting out of this process? So I think there is still, especially in the older generation, I don't want to generalise, but I think there is a long-standing stigma against psychological disorders and symptoms. Fortunately, I think through the Beyond Blue movement and also the Black Dog movement, there's been a lot of that stigma reduced. A lot of the times you go to a pub, in the urinal there's a Beyond Blue poster, or you drive out of the Sydney airport and there's a huge Beyond Blue poster or billboard, and I think that's fantastic that it is changing the younger generation. However, I do think that it's not treated with the credibility that physical injuries are treated, and this legislation is just another example of that. People still do not give psychological disorders, I think, the validity that they deserve, and that's something that hopefully will change with these types of movements, the Black Dog and Beyond Blue, etc. Well, I guess that's the age-old question. Fortunately, as a psychologist, we have a range of tests. So in every assessment we do, there's 3 tests that assess the validity of someone's claims. So there's small qualitative things we can do in session that will test the validity of someone's claims. There's also things we do in the psychometric testing that have been developed, over years and years and years, and using thousands and thousands of people, that tell us whether someone's putting forward a negative impression. In other contexts, whether they're putting forward a positive impression, saying they're not injured or they're doing fine when there's actually a lot going on. So we can tell that. That's something which, 9 times out of 10, I'd be more than confident to say, I can pick up on an element of exaggeration. I can pick up on the feigning and malingering, and there's been times when I've sent reports that have said that quite clearly. But just because that's the case doesn't mean that these people who are presenting with real problems should get overlooked because of a very, very small minority of individuals who might be trying to exaggerate, for financial purposes. And it's a sad state of affairs if this is the motivation behind the different cut-off, the different threshold for psychological injury compared to physical injury. Because, obviously physical injury is less easy to fake, you could argue. But I believe, people who are experts in this field have been taught a range of strategies to combat anyone who's trying to malingo or fake or exaggerate.